Hello children. So today we are going to start the pointers of the lesson, that is 4.6, the Phantom Tool Booth, a book review. I hope you have read the lesson, gone through the lesson, okay? Have started reading the novel, children? Have you got the answers for your questions? That is about message, important message for children all over the world. Have you got that message and the various questions given in this lesson? Okay, so read the novel, children. Try to read the novel to get your answers. Okay, so once again, let us go through the Phantom Tool Booth. It is a children's fantasy adventure novel written by Norton Jester with illustrations. Illustrations means, children, the pictures designed to decorate literary work. Okay, the pictures made by Julius Pfeiffer, published in 1961, okay, by Random House USA. It tells the story of a bored young boy named Milo, who unexpectedly receives a magic toll booth one afternoon, and having nothing better to do, he drives through it in his toy car, transporting him to the kingdom of wisdom. Okay, once prosperous but now troubled, that kingdom. Okay, there he acquires two faithful companions and goes on a quest, that is a search to restore to the kingdom, uh, restore to the kingdom its exiled princesses. Okay, that is named Rhyme and Reason, from the castles in the air. In the process, he learns valuable lessons, finding a love for learning. The text is full of puns. Now, children, puns means to make a play of words. That is word play, we can say. Okay, puns or a joke exploiting the different possible meanings of a word. Okay, another word is word play. The text is full of puns and wordplay, such as when Milo unintentionally jumps to conclusions, an island in wisdom, thus exploring the literal meanings of idioms. Okay, children, understood? So, conclusions, what we have seen, such as the text is full of puns and wordplay, such as when Milo unintentionally jumps to conclusions, an island in wisdom, thus exploring the literal meanings of idioms. Idioms, manner of speaking, a way of expressing oneself. Like we say, cats, like it's raining cats and dogs, means it is raining heavily. Okay, example of an idiom, it is raining cats and dogs, means the meaning is, literal meaning is what? It is raining very heavily, it's raining hard. Okay, that is idioms. You know the idioms we did in grammar. Yes, children. So this is in short about the Phantom Toll Booth. Okay, so now see, I got one. There is a movie also on Phantom Toll Booth. It is an Alpha Beautiful what is Alpha Beautiful mathemagical, a new musical movie, The Adventures of Milo in the Phantom Toll Booth. Okay, children. So this image I got, so I thought to share with you. So here you can see the boy Milo. Okay, so now we are going to start with the pointers. Yes, so first question number 1, read the passage and answer the following. Which book is introduced in the passage? Okay, the name, the novel, the Phantom Toll Booth, the Phantom Toll Booth is introduced in the passage. Okay, the Phantom Toll Booth, TOLLBOOTH, is introduced in the passage. Where does the story take place? The story takes place in San Francisco in the United States. Okay, who is the main character in the story? Milo, young boy who lived in San Francisco in the States, is the main character in the story. Okay, now why is the toll booth called a phantom toll booth? The reason is both phantom and the toll booth have one thing in common: their mysterious appearance. Okay, their mysterious appearance, and so the name Phantom Toll Booth. Okay, then next is, when was the book written? The book was written more than how many years ago, children? 50 years ago. Yes. So last question, who has written the book? The book has been written by, we have seen Norton Jester. Okay, in your book it is given Norman Jester, but it is Norton Jester. Okay, so I got this From I searched in Google, so it is Norton, Norton, Norton Jester. Okay, children. Okay, now we will move to next question, that is list the various people and places mentioned in the passage. The places Milo visits and the people he meets have unusual names. Write the meanings of those names. Okay. So you have to list the various various people and places mentioned in the passage. So I will give you this answer, children. People he meets is which are the people he met? The that princesses, Rhyme and Reason. He met the Lithargarians. Okay, so you have to write the names and write the meanings also. Okay, I will give. Then places he visits, the names of places, that is Land of Expectation, Kingdom of Wisdom, then Castles of Air, Doldrums. These are the places he visits. And I will also give you the meaning. Okay, children. Okay, now we will move to next question number 3. List the various things that the Lithargarians do and want to do. Okay, can you sum up all of it in one word or phrase? One word for that. You know what Targaryens they were doing. Okay, we have seen what sorts of things they were doing. So, can you sum up all of it in one word or phrase? So, this word for the things which the Targaryens want to do is epitome of laziness. Okay, children, epitome. Epitome means we can say a sign, a symbol, or we can say the meaning is a person or thing that is a perfect example of particular quality or type. So this they are the perfect example of what? Laziness. Yes, children, that's why it is called. One word is epitome of laziness. In Hindi we can say pratik. They are the pratik of laziness. Okay, understood? Okay, next is, now we are moving to question number 4. Yes, children, right? Yeah. So in the novel, the Lithargarians give a whole day's timetable for their activities. Yes, can you guess what it would be like? Use your own ideas and prepare their timetable. So, can you guess? So, what Lithargarians will do? Okay, the activities. So you have to make a table. Okay, make 2 columns right there. Give the heading timetable of Lithargarians, and one column you write the time, another column you write the activities scheduled. Okay, what activities they will do. For example, we can write from the morning time. Okay, 6:15 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. What they will do? They will do daydreaming. Next is 8:15 to 9:15, taking naps. 9:15 to 10:15, dwindle and delay. Okay, whatever is given in book, children, in that part of the lesson, that we can arrange. Okay, the next is time 10:15 to 11:15. Okay, what they will do? They will bide their time. 11:15 to 1:15, they will linger and loiter. 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. put off for tomorrow what they could do today. 2:15 to 3:15, laugh and launch. 3:15 to 4:15, dilly dally. Okay, 4:15 to 8:15 p.m. complained about their busy schedule. And 8:15 to 10:15 p.m. complain again that there is almost no time for brooding, then lagging, plodding, or procrastinating. And 10:15 p.m. they will retire for the day. They will go to sleep. Yes, children. So this all you can arrange. You can add your own ideas also. Okay, the activities and the time. What all activities the Targaryen, that lazy people, they will do. Okay, next is question number 5. Try to write interesting timetables for imaginary people or creature. So children, you can make a timetable for some interesting or some imaginary people or creatures. Okay, you take this is open question. You take on your own. You imagine some people, okay, some busy scheduled people. You take them and you prepare a timetable. What activities they will do? Okay, they will be busy people. They will not be like this Lithargarians. They will not be lazy. Okay, so that kind of people you have to take. Okay, you have to take make a timetable for a team. So what the team will do? So it's from the morning time till the evening. Till the night time? What they will do? They will means from getting up, then exercise, taking a healthy breakfast, planning immediate task, whatever sorts of thing busy person or a team can do, that according to that you can make a timetable. Okay, children, so this you have to take. Okay, now we will move to question number 6. What is given? That is, it is an activity. start a collection of new and interesting words. A collection of new and interesting words. Children, use a dictionary. Okay, find out some new and interesting words. Then what you have to do? Write the words in colored ink on cards of equal size and arrange them in alphabetical order. Okay, find out some new interesting words. Then you have to write in colored ink words in colored ink on cards of equal size, arrange them in alphabetical order. Then you have to use these words in your writing or conversation from time to time. Okay, so means you got the new words, so you have to use them, na? Otherwise it is of no use. You have to use them in your daily life, in your daily conversation, or when you are framing some sentence, or when you are trying to frame a passage, or in your writing skill you have to use. Then only it is useful, na? Okay, so you have to find out and then you have to use it also. Okay children, do this. Okay, take a dictionary and try to find out. Okay, next is discuss what makes the following sentences funny. Discuss what makes the following sentences funny. Okay, now here two sentences are given. What are they? First one is, your wasted time will be refunded. Isn't it funny children? Your wasted time will be refunded. Can you think that if time once is wasted, can it will it come back? Okay, time will never come back. Once wasted, it is wasted for whole life. Yes children, so your wasted time will be refunded. So what makes the following sentence funny? So we all know that time once lost is lost forever. Okay, the above lines from the lesson is funny because in the letter which was sent with the parcel along with other instruction, the above line 2 was included. Okay, so we know that this is impossible and improbable assurance makes it a funny statement. Okay, this impossible and next to means means it is impossible sentence, na? Impossible type of means guarantee they are giving, assurance they are giving that your time, if it is wasted, it will be refunded, it will be paid back. Okay, because we all know that time once lost is lost forever. Yes children. Okay, next one is, there was no highway attached to the booth. Okay, when there is no highway means there is no toll booth. A highway is a main public road on which we find booths to make telephone calls or for toll collection. The toll booth mentioned was erected by Milo, but there was no highway attached to the same. Okay, so he wondered how a toll booth could exist without a highway. Can you imagine children, a toll booth without a highway? Yes, so this statement was also funny. Yes children, that's why what these two statements are considered as a funny statements. Okay, so we will move to next. That is, the following boxes represent a word or phrase. Through a special arrangement of letters, guess the words. Okay, now see first one, you go to see the first one. Okay, example first one is solved for you. ST, it is written vertical, it is written STO, and horizontal it is written ONE. So what can be the correct word or a phrase for this? Correct word is cornerstone. STON is stone, and this is written at the one corner, that's why cornerstone. Yes children. Okay, next is STAND, stand, and below that it is written I. Okay, so what can be a phrase for this? I stand alone. Yes, right. So next one, FALL. Okay, see FALL. The alphabets are written one below the other, means they are falling down. That's why we can write the phrase fall down. Yes children, are getting? So in between two lines reading is written. What can be the letters for this? What can be the sentence for this? That is reading between the lines. Reading between the lines. Next is stars. Stars, they are STAR, they are falling like condition. That's why that is falling stars. Next is, can you think phrase for this? Can you think which are the words? BACK. So back to back. Yes, getting. So this you will do. And here next is, you have the try to represent the following words or phrases using such special graphic arrangements. So here the words or phrases are given. you have to frame the graphic arrangements like given above. Okay, so you try, children. First you try, then I will send you the answer. Okay, first of all you try this. Okay, okay, next one is question number 9, last question. Write a review of your favorite book. Use the following points. Okay, take any of your favorite book, whichever you are reading, and you have to review give review of your favorite book. That is based on the following points. That is title of the book, author or authors, central idea story of the book, the important characters mentioned in the book, some special features of the book, and last is why it is your favorite book. Okay, so in this way you can frame a review of your favorite book using the following points. Yes, children, understood? So this is all about the pointers of lesson the Phantom Toll Booth. Okay, so you have to complete each and everything. Okay, try to frame the answers for open-ended questions and complete the work neatly without fail. Okay, children, so I am taking your leave now. Take care. Bye.